Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Ziffity, and I am back for day 16 of my consistent uploads. Today, I have a pretty interesting story. It happened to me pretty recently, and by pretty recently, I mean a couple hours ago. Uh, and I thought it was crazy. I just got off work, and so I thought that it would be the perfect time to tell the story just while it's like fresh in my mind because honestly, it's kind of crazy, has me a little freaked out. But without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so this story happened to me literally a couple hours ago while I was at work. And so basically, today started off really, really normal. Like, I went to school, got done with school, came home, worked on some editing stuff, and then went to work. And I got to work today, and it was just kind of a hectic day. Like, I don't know, it was a weird day. Usually I don't work this late, so especially like on nights that I have school. So it was kind of a weird situation, but nothing too crazy. I was kind of talking to my managers a little bit and just trying to figure out my schedule more. And day goes on, and as it gets later and later into the night, our trash compactor that we have at work. So basically, we have this big trash compactor that all of the departments put their trash in, and for the most part, it's pretty normal. Like, people will throw their trash in, turn the key, compacts the stuff. Basic. But the bin that catches all the trash had been moved out, and for hours, pretty much all day, people had just been throwing trash in there, but there was nothing to catch it, so it was all just going on the ground. And one of my managers, who I really, really like he's a super dope manager, basically just does everything that you should do as a manager. And he he asked me, he goes, "Hey, I know that you're not supposed to be here this late. I know that it's not convenient for you, but it would really, really help me out a lot if you could go and just like pick up all the trash out there. We'll give you something a little extra, like if you do that. So just like, could you please do it?" And me, of course, like I really like the guy. He's a really dope manager. So I was like, yeah, for sure. Like I'll go do that. And day goes on a little bit, and I'm kind of just doing my chores, and I have this in the back of my mind that I need to do this at the end of the day. And so day goes on, I'm kind of just like hanging out, and it finally comes to the time when I need to go and take this trash out. So I go, I grab all the stuff, and by this time it's probably like 9:45 ish, probably. Like, no, maybe a little, like 10, like 10:30, something like that. So I go out there, and inside there's just trash bags piled up. It looks disgusting before I even go outside. So I was already a little nervous. But so I go outside, and I bring the trash bag. I bring like the little trash picker upper thing that we have. It's basically just like a reach grabber. But so I grab that, and I'm walking outside, and it is so dark, and there's just this little tiny light that's hanging over basically the area that I need to clean up. And it doesn't illuminate a lot, but it kind of illuminates a little bit out. And so where this trash compactor is it's in the back of the store. So like where nobody usually goes, there's usually just shopping carts. And I know I've mentioned this in previous videos, but it's right on the river trail. So basically, a lot of homeless people walk up and down that trail. Usually at night, though, they go to the homeless shelter. But tonight, while I'm picking up all this trash and kind of just like doing my thing, I'm just kind of playing music, picking up the trash because my manager was like, "Listen, I know that this sucks, so like go play some music and you know just get it done." So I'm listening to music. I don't have headphones or anything, so I'm kind of just playing my music, but it's pretty quiet. And I start hearing kind of rustling in the bushes. So I'm like, okay, that's strange. Like, but didn't really think anything of it. Kind of just thought, oh, it's probably just an animal. Like nothing too crazy. So I'm doing all this stuff, and after a little bit, I start hearing the shopping carts that we have back, because we keep shopping carts back there for like other stores in the area when the homeless people bring them over. So I started hearing those shopping carts move, and I'm starting to get a little freaked out, but I'm kind of just staying in this little like nook where the trash is, trying not to cause too much trouble. Like, I'm already a little nervous because it's late. I'm on the river trail, and after probably like 10, 20 minutes, this rustling is still kind of going on, and then it stops, and I start hearing like murmuring, like just people talking. So I was like, okay, that's strange. And I peek around the corner, and I kid you not, there are like 14 homeless people wearing trash bags as like coats over their heads, standing in a circle chanting. Like, there was a homeless person cult that would meet up behind the store in all the shopping carts. So they basically, each of them had a shopping cart, and they were in this big circle, and they were all just kind of like talking to each other, and like say I couldn't really make out what they were saying, but they're basically all just in this circle wearing trash bags over their heads, just being like hun ah boo, like just doing some like voodoo ritual type stuff. And the only reason I knew that they were homeless is because I recognized one of the guys, and you guys might recognize him. I think I called him Bobby or something, but he's the one that stole all the chilies from us. So I recognize him, and I'm like, yo, that's weird. So I go back inside to go and try and get a manager, and I'm talking to one of the managers who doesn't like me at all. And I'm trying to tell her like what's going on, and she's like, "No, like that's stupid. Like nobody's back there. Like you're fine." And so basically, I'm like, "No, like I swear there's something, like there's a group of homeless people back there that are chanting and basically doing some voodoo ritual type stuff." And so she's like, "No, no, no." But the cool manager, he overhears this and is like, "Yo, what did you say is happening?" So he follows me back. I tell him what's going on. He follows me back there, and we're talking for a little bit on the way back there, and I'm kind of just explaining, and he's like, "No, like, bro, this seems crazy, but like, obviously, like, I trust you, like, I believe you. It's just kind of a crazy story." So we're talking for some more. We finally get outside, and the homeless people are kind of just like still in the circle chanting, and my manager goes, "Hey, what are y'all doing back here?" And so all of the homeless people turn so quick, and they put all the shopping carts like kind of back together, and after all the shopping carts are back together, they're kind of like, "Hey, like we do this every night, like, and nobody's kicked us out, like we didn't know it was a big deal, like all we're doing is like talking and kind of singing. It's like basically our church." And so me and my manager are kind of like, "Church, like, bro, this is a cult." Like, I could have sworn that in like 2 seconds, one of them was gonna bring out some Kool-Aid and be like, "Okay, everybody, now we must sip from the Kool-Aid." And but it didn't get to that point. So basically, they're doing their thing, and they're starting to leave, and my manager is getting pissed because, like, I don't know. I know as a manager, like, you don't want people back there. You know, like it's supposed to be like kind of an off limits area. And we just had like 13 homeless people back there doing some cult meeting. And so obviously he's upset. And they finally leave, and he brings me back inside, and he's like, "Yo, like you do not have to go back out there and do that. Like, we'll wait a little bit, and then you can do it. Like, come back, like when you come in tomorrow, like just do it then." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So yeah, basically that's it for the story. If you guys did like, it would mean a lot if you guys could drop a like and comment down below. Tell me what I can improve on. Tell me how your day went, you know, just basic stuff like that. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. And yeah, basically, don't, I guess, don't take trash out in the middle of the night, and maybe you won't run into cults of homeless people. I guess that's the moral. But yeah, anyways, it's been Ziffity. I'm out. Peace.